Hello everyone, I'm Frank Waln, si Chungu Lakota, music artist, multi-instrumentalist, and performer from the Rosebud Reservation in South Dakota. And I'm going to do an in-studio electric set for you all today, but I'm going to do something special. I'm going to call this set 4 songs, 1 beat, because I'm going to do 4 different songs to 1 drum beat. And it'll be the same drum beat at the same speed, but 4 very different songs that'll feel very different. And the reason I'm doing this set, this was actually born out of a journey of recovery I'm going on, a healing journey. I had a seizure in 2020, and recovering from that brain injury has really taken a toll on my ability to be an independent artist, and also particularly my ability to create and put out new music. Because whenever I put out a new song, I write and perform the song. I produce the song from the ground up, meaning I create all the music, I play every note you hear. I record the song, I mix the song, I do the final stage of mixing, which is called mastering as well. And then I also self-release and self-publish the song. So if you look, that's like 6 different jobs. And if I was signed to a label, that would be 6 different teams doing those 6 different jobs for me. And I love the process. I love every step of being an independent artist. But as I've been, after the seizure and after that brain injury, I haven't been able to do all of those several jobs on the level that I always used to. And I haven't been able to record and put out new music like I wanted to this year as I've been recovering. But one of the ways I've been able to compensate for that was by coming up with new things to play musically. It didn't impact my ability to perform. I was still able to perform, fortunately. But there were days when it was hard to work. It was hard to do anything, and all I could do was play these instruments. And I ended up working on cover songs that way too, because there were days where I couldn't even write anything new. It's just like some days my brain doesn't work like I want it to, or like it always has. And on those days I still needed to find something musically to do, because music helps me heal. And that's how I came to the set that you're about to see. I would just put on a drum beat and just jam on the bass, on the flute, just different songs to the same beat. And did that for days, hours, weeks. So I'm going to share that with you all here today. And the first song I'm going to do is actually a cover song. And it's fitting that it's one of the first songs I ever fell in love with the first time I heard it. This song is Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz. And I completely reinterpreted it. But the lyrics in this song capture how I feel on those days when my brain isn't working how it's supposed to, and I feel like something's wrong with me, or I'm not able to, move through the world or to do things like I normally did, or like I even want to. But I feel like playing this song during those times kind of helped me cope with that and help me work through that. This is my version of Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz. Here we go. Yeah. I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad. I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on, is coming on, is coming on, is coming on, is coming on. Yeah, finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now time for me is nothing, cause I'm counting no age. Nah, I couldn't be there, nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs, and I'm under each snare. Intangible, bet you didn't think, so I command you to. Panoramic views, look, I'll make it all manageable. Pick and choose, sit and lose, all you different crews. Chicks and dudes, who you think is really kicking tunes. Picture you getting down in a picture too, like you lit the fuse. You think it's fictional, mystical, maybe spiritual. Hero who appears in you to clear the view when you're too crazy. Lifeless, to those a definition for what life is. Priceless to you because I put you on that hype shit. You like it, gun smoking righteous with one token psychic among those possess you. I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad. I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad. I got sunshine in this bag. I'm useless, but not for long. future is coming on, is coming on, is coming on. Yeah, the essence, the basics. Without did you make this? Allow me to make this childlike in nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't. That's a fallacy, I'm in them. Every sprouting tree, every child of peace, every cloud and sea. You see with your eyes, I see destruction and demise, corruption in disguise from this fucking enterprise. Now you're sucked into the lies through Russell, not his muscle but percussion he provides. But me as a god, y'all can see me now cause you don't see with your eye, you perceive with your mind. That's the inner, so I'ma stick around with Russ and be a mentor. Bust a few rhymes so motherfuckers remember what the thought is. I brought all this so you could survive when law is lawless. Feeling sensations that you thought was dead. No squealing, remember that it's on your head. I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad. I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad. I got sunshine in this bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on, 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 yeah. Thank you. So that is my version of Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz. I'm going to keep it going here. I'm going to do another song that's not quite a cover, but more of a mashup. So I have a song called 7. And those of you who know me know what that song's about. Those of you who don't know me need to know what that song's about. You can catch me live if you want to see me tell the full story. But it's about a prophecy that my nation has and had, and how I believe that prophecy to be coming true right now. And so I took that song 7 and I mashed it up with this song by the White Stripes called 7 Nation Army. And 7 Nation Army by the White Stripes has a bass line like this. So I took that because, number one, it's a badass bass line. Number two, I come from a confederacy of native nations that occupied the plains known as the Oceti-Sakowin. And the Oceti-Sakowin consisted of the Lakota, Nakota, and Dakota nations. I come from the Lakota nation. Within the Lakota nation, there were 7 different bands of Lakota. I come from the Sichungu Lakota. And I mashed this up with 7 Nation Army because I literally believe, within the Lakota nation, with those 7 bands, those 7 different nations of Lakota, you're dealing with a 7 Nation Army when you mess with the Lakota people. And so I figure as long as, my people are behind me, I got a 7 Nation Army behind me. Here's my song 7, mashed up with 7 Nation Army by the White Stripes. And again, it's all to the same drum beat. Thousands of warriors will come rushing in. Our ancestors wage war with the government in the spirit of Spotted Tail and John Trudell. This is spiritual awakening. They feed us lies, but we won't take it in. Let us ride on the lands where our ancestors died, breathing life into our cultures they said were petrified. They tell a history that our peoples don't recognize. The U.S. government should be charged with genocide, spitting rhymes in a time of blood, quantum, and suicide. We survived, staying strong. All those times we should have died. I confess, I'm depressed. Sometimes I can't take the stress. Living is a test, just dressed up in the Wild West. My fam suffers, the land suffers. I hate the silence, I hate statistics, I hate the prisons, I hate the violence. I hate these politicians making the wrong decisions. I hate these men that inflict this violence upon the women. They hate to see us rise. We're on their TVs, man. Remind these settlers that they're up on treaty land. I did this with my music, a CD in my hand, a microphone in the other. This is the sound of a nation rising, a generation with a vision. We're tired of our people dying. 7th generation, we have risen. This is the sound of a nation rising, a generation with a vision. We hear our Mother Earth crying. 7th generation, we have risen. I'm gonna fight them all. A 7 Nation Army has got my back. They're gonna rip us off. taking our land right behind our backs. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget genocide, genocide. Said I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget genocide, genocide. And the feeling coming from my eyes says, yeah, the system tries to hold us down, it hold us down. They forced our cultures underground, underground. But they ain't stopping no one now, no one now. We're stronger when we know it now, we know it now. Yeah, the system tries to hold us down, it hold us down. They forced our cultures underground, underground. But they ain't stopping no one now, no one now. We're stronger when we know it now, we know it now. Shakoi. So that is my song 7, mashed up with 7 Nation Army by the White Stripes. I am Frank Waln. That was 4 songs to 1 beat. 4 songs, 1 beat. Thank you all for tuning in. If you liked what you heard and you want to see the full extended version, you can subscribe to my Patreon. They get to not only see the extended cut, they get to download the video and also download the audio so that they can listen to it later if they just want to listen to the songs. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching from YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more updates, more songs, more in-studio performances, music videos, things like that. I'm Frank Waln, Sichungu Lakota music artist. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the support. You can find my music streaming on all platforms. I appreciate the support. I appreciate all the streams. Thank you. Peace.